So, a retired community development worker living in the North Coast town of Portrush, Brenda McAteer joined the North Coast Writers in 2020. With their help, critiques, stimuli and support stories and ideas that wander around her head, the ideas that wander around her head are now appearing on paper. And the one she's reading tonight is called A Walk on the Wild Side. Welcome back, Brenda.
Thanks. A walk on the wild side. I didn't intend to wander lonely as a cloud, but no one else would join me. I ramble up Slemish, our holy mountain, for St. Patrick's Day. I pleaded with my friends. It's not too tough. We're just in our 60s. We can do it, girls. Reckoning it would be too busy on March the 17th, I'd planned the trip, picnic included, for the day before. But no, all the excuses came pinging back. Not allowed much walking yet. My ankles are too weak. I have to prepare Mum's dinner. My son's coming over. One friend convinced she was brewing a migraine due on the 16th. I huffed and puffed, decided I'd still do it, show them all, send glorious pictures from the top. I'd have a quite quiet day out on my own. How wrong was I? New boots on, fluorescent waterproof, cute backpack, water, snacks and my Nordic poles. Perfect image of a professional rambler, I thought as I headed off. It was a lovely soft Irish day. The walk started well. Paths to follow with daffodils and crocus waving encouragement. Halfway up it was getting tougher. The poles became a necessity, not a fashion statement. This lonely cloud was about to show her age. Shake a leg, I encouraged myself. Maybe a bit ambitious as I gulped water. Crawling towards the last rocks to the summit, I could hear loud music. Not music, a beating racket. There seemed to be a lot of smoke. Was Slemish about to erupt again? Was my blood pressure plummeting, causing hallucinations? No. As I reached the top, there it was. It's the nearly St. Patrick's Day rave. A sea of young people, beer packs, barbecues and enough wacky-backy to nearly ease my rising panic. I looked ridiculous, red-faced and raging. I got a round of applause from a small, demented, drug-fueled group who dragged me to my feet and trailed me to their unholy circle. I protested, I waved my sticks. They roared and chanted as they tripped round me. My ignominy, surrounded by the ignorant, I just sat down and covered my face. Like me, this herd of youth reckoned the day before St. Patrick's wouldn't attract attention. Pity they didn't twig the police read social media too. Then we heard it. All eyes turned towards the thrum and beat of helicopter blades, coming closer by the second. It circled to land. Like snakes being banished by St. Patrick, hordes of teenagers leapt and jumped over me as they squealed and raced down Slemish. By the time that the helicopter landed, I thought I was the sole rambler on the summit. Not totally. 3 sickly, green-faced teens, too drunk, high or both, looked at me plaintively. All I could do was give off about the mess their mates had left on our holy mountain. Shocking. The first PSNI officer to reach us looked from their green faces to my raging red one. I'd have you know, officer, I'm on a ramble by myself and I've just come upon this. Waving my poles at him. Yes, madam, I can see that. There are officers in the car park to collect the fleeing hordes. These 3 will come with us. Oh, any room for a small one? I pleaded. No, ma'am. You're not hurt or in danger, are you? Anyway, these 3 will throw up the entire journey to the hospital, so I wouldn't recommend it. Enjoy your descent. An angry, lonely cloud descended Slemish that day. Rest assured, that's not the story my lazy friends will hear. Sore, bruised, determined, I crawled up Slemish on the 17th of March. I got photos of proper pilgrims, a pleasant picnic, and set to send to my oblivious friends. But there's no fool like an old fool. I too had forgotten about social media. By the time I got back home, my phone was full of photos shared by my so-called friends of me being danced around, waving my sticks at the unholy masses. A demented, not so lonely crowd reached for the gin.